everybody. I hope you're having a great week so far this week. I just wanted to touch base with you really quick to follow up on last week's video about how important it is to recognize that our well-being and our productivity are related. They're not in conflict with one another necessarily. So it's important to schedule those well-being appointments. If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. And in all areas of our life, we need to schedule things for our well-being annually, seasonally, weekly, and daily. And I just wanted to run through with you really quick this morning on things that we schedule for our spirit, our mind, our body, and our heart in those time frames. Now we have to put it on the calendar, like I said, but you can put these things on the calendar and they're not going to overwhelm you. They will actually be small increments because you're not letting it all bunch up until your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit makes you collapse and go unproductive for a long stretch of time from not having taken care of yourself. So in little small doses, you can prevent that collapse from happening. Now, with your spirit, first of all, because that actually is first of all, it impacts every other part of your body, you can do things annually where you are making time to really get deep. Somewhere in the year, take some time to get really spiritually deep in a retreat, in a weekend, at a conference, something where you can take some time to really take reflection and take stock of where you need to go. These are your big idea moments, and everyone should take some time every year to get personal with God about your big idea for this year, for the coming years, where you are and where you're going. So that should be your annual thing for your spirit. Seasonally, you should take some time to learn and grow and stretch yourself in that area toward your big idea goal. So take a little time, a few minutes, seasonally at least, if not an hour, to go through your big ideas that you established in your annual visit so that you know where you're at in that season. How far have I come? Reflect back on where you are. It doesn't need to take a long time every season, but you do need to have a moment to just kind of look and see, where am I? Where am I on this goal spiritually? Where am I on this goal with meeting where I'm supposed to be with God this year? And then also you want to look weekly at taking some time to get together with other people of faith so that you can strengthen one another every week towards your seasonal and your annual goals so that you can become more of who you're becoming this year. If you don't move forward with other people, it's unlikely that you will move forward well. We strengthen one another. We're meant to be in community as members of faith, and we sharpen one another. So take some time to worship, to fellowship, to reflect and discuss every week with people of faith. And that can be an hour or two. So at least take some time, an hour or two, to make that spiritual appointment for yourself every week. And then you also need to daily connect in a personal way with God. And that is incredibly important to do. So I've gone over with you today just some things that you need to do spiritually, annually, seasonally, weekly, and daily. Those things apply to the body, the mind, and the heart as well. We also want to take care of ourselves annually with our body. You want to do a checkup every year, an eye exam, dental exams seasonally, probably twice a year. You want to do an annual exam for your just a quick check to make sure everything's going okay so that you don't end up having a surprise later physically. And that doesn't take a lot of time. If you schedule it, each one of those exams will be maybe an hour if you have a good doctor that'll get you in and out. But make sure you schedule those annual checkups for your body. And seasonally, you want to make sure that you've made progress on your annual goals of fitness. If you don't check those seasonally and you only do it once annually, you're not going to stick with it. So check and see where you are annually. And weekly, you should be checking to make sure that you're exercising to at least 20 minutes, preferably 45 to an hour. But if you can only fit 20 minutes into your schedule, 20 minutes 2 or 3 times a week, you can do if you put it in your schedule ahead of other things. Make that an important appointment. 2 to 3 times a week, 20 to 60 minutes, depending on your schedule. But you've got to do something. And daily, you need to make sure you're checking your nutrition. Make sure you're feeding your body, your mind, your spirit with what you put into your body nutritionally, because that will make a huge impact in your productivity level. And if you're not checking weekly to see that you're doing it daily, you probably won't do it. So keep track of those things on your schedule until it becomes a habit. Once it's a habit, you don't have to track everything you eat, but until it becomes a habit, it'll help you stay on target with making it a habit. So track your schedule with your food, and also daily with regard to exercise. You don't have to do a lot of exercise every single day if you don't have time, but I do recommend stretching, because stretching and relaxation exercises are good for both the body and the mind. So you can incorporate body, mind, and spirit into meditation and relaxation breathing and stretching exercises. And that can be done every day in less than 5 minutes. Everybody can put 5 minutes into taking care of their body, mind, and spirit every day toward their overall wellness. And with regard to your heart, every day you should take some time, just a couple of minutes, to reflect where you're at emotionally. Why am I feeling this way? What's going on with me right now? So that you don't vomit that back out on other people and misinterpret their cues. So take time to listen to yourself in your own heart and see where you are and why, and reflect on your emotional state. And then also take time to listen to other people and connect with them. If you are taking care of yourself and knowing where you're at spiritually and emotionally, then you'll be better able to take care of listening to other people well. So take care of your body, take care of your spirit, take care of your heart, and also your mind. You should be looking at goals every year that stretch your mind and grow you. Learn something new every season. Try to read something new every week. Put positive thoughts and inspirations into your mind every day, and that does not have to take a lot of time. Depending on your schedule, you may set aside a time for reading up to an hour every day, or a couple of hours if you have plenty of time to read in the evening. If you don't, at least put in some kind of inspirational reading for a couple of minutes every morning, something positive every day. And at the end of every week, set aside an hour to read something new, to learn something. Seasonally, you should have a goal where I have learned a new concept, maybe a language, how to do something I never learned to do before. You should constantly be growing and learning, no matter what your age is, and particularly if you are part of the older generation, that is when it's most important to keep your mind sharp. And the more you do that, the healthier your brain will be as you age. So taking care of your brain is very, very important. And it also helps you stay positive and productive in all the things you do during your week. So that was quick. That's all I have for you today, and I hope that it encourages you. Until